Welcome to the Blue Cafe. Today, the final installment of Partner of 10 Years Cheated On. Now, on to today's story. Update: X ran off with old dude and chose old dude over family and 3-year-old. Rant. Just a rant. Had to speak to the ex about taking a kid traveling. It went back and forward and she said she is concerned about the virus going around. And at the end of going back and forward, she still says deep down she still loves me, loves us, and family, and 2 months isn't going to change that. Right, but you chose an old dude over family? And in 6 months you can clearly say you no longer love family. Right? Gives me headaches every time I communicate with her. Yeah, same here. Every time I have to speak to her I feel awful too. Not quite right, she loves family and is trying to stay in your life, sort of like a return line. You were her rock, her base, but she, due to insecurities, succumbed to the attention the old dude gave her and the endorphins that released in her brain. Now you were her stability, her baseline. She chose the endorphins, but that effect is less potent now, and the old guy is not stability material. As the endorphins fade, now she craves her baseline, but she is stuck, so now she is throwing out a lifeline, a fishing line, to see if you would knight and take her back. People are not that difficult to figure out, and I think you would gladly take her back if your pride was not so hurt about the old guy. I don't think she is coming back for a while, mate. But she has softened her tone a bit within the last week. She would tell me my kid starts to grind her teeth. She is like, "Def got it from you," and told me how my kid went to sleep on my side of the bed and won't go back to her own bed the past week. Even today I went to see my kid after a month. My kid keeps saying, "Papa, sleep," as in come tuck me in and sleep next to me. She is only 3. And the ex even said go tuck her in. Normally I think she would take the kid inside, but she and the kid kind of stood there as I walked away. The new normal without you is setting in, and there is no replacement, and she will realize that sooner or later, especially not with the guy she had an affair with. But be careful to just take her back if she asks, because nothing has changed with her. She will do it again. Are you also keeping your daughter? Make sure you are there when you say you will be. Daughters see their father as the protector. That is why she sleeps on your side of the bed. It makes her feel safe and secure. My daughter will move with me to my home country in July. My ex is also in the process of getting her dog, which became our dog, to go live with me. So by the end of the year, the kid and the dog will be with, and she will be left just with her and the old guy if she is still with him by then. Unlikely that it will survive for very long. When you have your daughter and are further away from her, it may accelerate quicker because you have not really gone. She can just contact you and come running. You got it really bad with this girl, don't you? Nah. What she did was the worst thing someone could do. Just a pity to see her throw away her reputation like that. She was very kind and lots of people loved her. She traded all of it for an old dude. It's like the biggest gamble one can make. I don't want her back by my side, but I want her to come back as the mom that dearly used to love her daughter deeply and was her priority. She still has this idea that she will save up a lot of money and then move to be with the daughter, but I am thinking, what about your boyfriend? It feels like even though we are divorced, I still have to plan for her future, and if she does move to be with the kid, then it is kinda like planning for a family. Cause I struggled in her country and she helped me a lot, and I know she will struggle in my country, but after all it has happened, surely she doesn't think I should help her, even though she helped me, but we were family at that time. Okay, that makes more sense that you still feel some responsibility for her future. Not easy with international relationships. It also depends on the country, of course. Probably my last post here. All the best, everyone. Update: background. My ex-wife of 10 years ran off with an old dude. We have a 3-year-old daughter. D-Day 3 months. This sub has helped me a lot, from reading to people giving advice and perspective. A month after getting divorced, I saw my ex for the first time as we met up at the airport. Took my kid for a holiday with me for 3 weeks. As we went through immigration, She texted me, we were emailing at this stage. She texted to say she felt so empty and wish she could join. We spoke a lot since my kid has been with me about our kid and our kid's future in general the last few days. I feel like she has changed her tone a lot. Not so much that bad personal, but someone willing to work together for our kid. I don't have much hatred left, as sometimes it is best to let it go. We don't ask each other personal questions. What she does with the old dude is her business, and she is the one who has to live with this big mistake, especially in her culture with the loss of face. I think having my kid with me helped me a lot. My kid will join me in July full time, but seeing how happy my kid is. My ex will now drop her off in June after she finishes her pre-kindergarten. A month earlier than expected. For everyone going through it. It does get better. Some are quicker to recover than others. Just keep talking and let it all out. I still feel anxiety from time to time on how she can do that. Maybe it was a genuine mistake from a mental stress or mental snap, but as someone told me, the reason why she didn't come back is maybe because she has no way of coming back now, so she had to keep going on that path. I do miss my best friend, but that's life. We have to keep moving forward. I wish everyone here all the best. I will still lurk here and there. Edit. We can think all we want, but we will never find that answer. Too many variables. It hurts, I know. We were two best friends that did everything together. I think watching YouTube videos on motivation also helped. I was fortunate I had a soft landing. I had friends and family that stood by me. One of my friends mentioned to me how fortunate I was because he went through the dark times in his own over a bad breakup, and he made me promise him that I would never go to that really dark spot and to never contemplate it. Best of luck to you and your child. You have been through so much. This chapter on your life may have ended, but a new one is about to be written. You will find happiness again, my friend. God bless. Thanks, mate. Stay strong when she tries to worm her way back into your happy life. Yeah. I will have to do it. Cheers. Karma always comes around. Well. She lost her husband, me, and soon, daughter, and all the people that loved her. Now she is stuck with a bunch of deadbeats. So she dumped the fat guy? Nah. I think she is still with him. Not sure. I don't ask and I have no idea. I think only a handful of friends know about this guy. What do you mean by her culture? Asian tends to lose more face when they do something stupid like this. B. She cheated with someone old and someone from a race that generally wouldn't date. Did she leave you for a gross old white dude? I'm a white dude. I see this at an odd time. Weird. Also, why are you getting the child full time? Good luck, man. Ha ha ha, nah dude. She left me for an old subcontinent dude. It was always our plan to relocate back down under this year. Still carrying out the plan, just -1. Just remember. Best friends don't do that to each other. Be strong. Even my own friends ain't that dodgy. Your situation is similar. My ex is with a guy 18 years older. They are just getting back from a long vacation in Florida. It makes absolutely no sense to me. I have been good for the most part. It was very hard learning they went to Florida. Me neither. Maybe he truly poured water and got food for her. She traded everything in for this guy. Nuts. Update: 10 years ex-wife ran off with an old dude. Update in case anyone is interested. My last update was back in late March or early April. So I took my kid to spend time with me, and then the virus spread and all plans went out the window. My kid was meant to spend time with me for only 3 weeks while she went to Europe with an old dude. She cancelled her trip and then decided to catch the last flight into the country where she did her quarantine because she missed our kid and apparently cried every night out. Daughter was not there. The old house must be pure silent without me or our 3-year-old daughter. The irony is that she would have been in Europe if the virus did not shut the world down. So here we are in a place with our kid. We are not back together. We are simply putting our kid first. We have not spoken about what happened even though she said she has something to say to me in person a few times prior to seeing me. She has not brought anything up yet. We have not spoke about the past nor about the future. We slept together a few times now with protection. It was not as great as when we were married, to be honest. As much as I want to be sarcastic about the old guy, I came to the conclusion that what she does is up to her. She is no longer my wife or my partner. I don't know if she still speaks to the old guy, but I still see him make comments every time she posts something on FB trying to be funny. Nothing to suggest they are still dating or whatever, but that's not my business and I have not asked. My priority is my kid. I still worry about my kid and how or what her mom will do. Like all kids, they deserved their mom and dad or a family unit. Sleeping is rough thinking about my kid. My number one supporter has told me to just stick to my plan. Whatever my ex does is up to her. Who knows, maybe once this virus dies down, she could rejoin the old fella by traveling to Europe together or something stupid. But here you have it. Lots of twists and turns. Do I still have feelings for her? I don't think I do. My kid completes me, but it's sad for my kid not to have a family unit. Edit. After reading everyone's comments. True, I probably should not have slept with her. But truth be told, I don't have any feelings for her and I dictate my own life now, and I am planning only for my daughter. What she does is on her own accord, as it doesn't affect me nor I have any interest in what she does. I am here for my daughter and she is here for her daughter. She is the one that has to live with this black mark for the rest of her life, not me. We slept together a few times now with protection. You mean after divorce? So now you become the other guy, and the role switched between you and that old dude? Come on, man. Technically yes. But I am sure they aren't together. Regardless, the second was a dud compared to when we married. Mate, she still has you by the beard LLS. In the end, you're going to give in and forgive her. It's your life, but please, try to find your testicles first. My balls are still here, bro. I told her to go home already, as back to her country, but borders are closed, but I said you find a way. How did she respond? She got pissed off. Well, I am not stopping you and didn't ask you to stay here. Did she assume you would want her back because you had sex with her? I don't know her intention and I never bothered to ask. I have my plans which I made after the divorce and that's it. Everything else around it is irrelevant. You are insane to be having sex with her. She could easily get pregnant again. How cool would that be? Having a kid you can pay alimony on for 18 years to a lady who cheated on you. That should do wonders for your self-esteem. She is actually paying alimony to me. You're still getting played. You just had sex with her. She knows she can get you to do what she wants. If you get horny you need to rub one out in the bathroom or something. Every time you have sex with her it makes her feel like she made less of a mistake than she actually did. Ha ha ha, I told her to go back to her country already, but the borders are closed. Yes. Why on earth is she staying with Op? Send her to an old man's house. This can't be healthy for the child. He or she will get very confused about their parents' situation. Old man lives in one country and my ex lives in one country and I live in one country. She flew over to my country because she misses the kid. Then she can rent an Airbnb. It's not your job to accommodate her. You need to start setting boundaries, Ob. Talk about custody and when and how you can each see your kid. Living with the cheater and sleeping with her is not doing anyone any favors, except, well, the cheater. Certainly not you and most definitely not your kid. You are just delaying the inevitable. Your kid will have trouble understanding that you've broken up if you keep running in circles. The kid needs stability. My best friends weren't there for me through my divorce. My relationship of 10 years went downhill out of nowhere. The betrayal happened so quickly. During my toughest moment in life, I reached out to a couple of my best friends that I considered best friends for life. However, these friends just went silent in my darkest moment. It was my family and a few individuals who were my former best friends that step up to the plate when I needed someone the most. Maybe it was not in their nature, or maybe they didn't know how to help, but all I needed was to talk to someone and they weren't there. If the shoe was on the foot, I would have ensured they were okay and would have been there for them if they needed me from the start to the finish. But that's my personality. I managed to get through the ordeal quite quickly and reconnected with old friends that helped me through my divorce, while these other friends simply just disappeared or made any effect to see if I was okay. The ironic thing is, one of the friends would jokingly ask me on a yearly basis if it was okay during the "Are you okay" day, but where were you when I needed you the most? You find out who your true friends are when you are at the lowest end of your life. Feel like I wasted so much time on these friends over the years and the sacrifice I made for these friendships. Feel you. Currently in a very bad spot and no one cares. Just keep ignoring me. The worst thing is, when finding out who your true friends are, you discover that you don't have any. I feel you. It's hard to not get upset about this, and your emotions are definitely justified because you just want the same support reciprocated to you. How to not get sick. Daycare and other childcare. My kid is attending childcare this year and has been sick pretty much every month. I understand it is part of building the immune system, but the problems is, when she gets sick then I get sick, and I don't just get mildly sick. I get hardcore sick. I don't have any health issue and average in fitness, sleep okay and so forth. I only just got back to 100% last week, then suddenly the kid comes home sick again and boom. I go through the whole cycle again of running nose/coughing, phlegm and so forth. How do the other parents survive? Edit. Thanks for the tips. Just hard to soldier on at work when everyone is paranoid about COVID-19. I am like, nah. It's a 4-year-old germs. I used to think I had a good immune system, turns out I was just good at avoiding people who sneeze in my face. Your immune system is not currently used to little kid germs. Your system is building immunity just like your kids. I had the same thing. Every time he got sick, I got it worse. Then it stopped and neither of us get sick much anymore. Proper hand washing, not touching your face, maybe even changing kiddos' clothes right after daycare. I agree that taking a decent multivitamin can help. But really, the honest answer is, no, not really. It takes time. I know it sucks, I'm sorry. I swear, the first year and a half my kid was in daycare, she just had cold after cold. The snots, the sneezes, the coughs. Then we realized she had allergies. This was me last fall when my daughter started daycare and was constantly sick and I was pregnant. I tried to avoid sharing food with her as much as I could and washed my hands a lot, and I did avoid some of the illnesses, but in the end if you're constantly wiping snot or cleaning up puke and cuddling your sick kid, you're probably going to get sick. It will get better with time. I just kept reminding myself that this was going to happen eventually no matter what, and I may as well get it over with and let her build up her immune system so by the time she gets to school she will be pretty much invincible. Lol. Have you tried vitamin D supplements? That did the trick for me. Colds are normal now, and I hardly ever get those coughs. It will get better for you in time, just like her. I used to be the same way when my husband and I first started living together. He's a nurse, so he brings home bugs just like a kid in daycare, except his immune system was used to it and mine was the immune system of a typical cubicle farm resident. In the meantime, I agree about supplements. Get yourself a quality multivitamin, or at least C and D. Staying hydrated helps with the mucus too. And if it's unbearable, don't be afraid to call your doctor or go talk to a pharmacist. It will get better. Smile. Zinc changed my life in a way I would not have believed. It either prevents me from getting sick or keeps it from hitting too hard. I used to get 8+ colds a year, but I haven't been seriously down for over a year. Decision. Advice. Well, try to keep this short. We were living in a different country before COVID hit. My ex-partner and I also divorced just before COVID hit. I was with my kid, 4, in Australia when COVID hit and our flights were cancelled. My ex decided to join us in Australia because she missed our kid. My ex-partner will head back to run the family business while I stay in Australia with my kid. Our plans were always to resettle in Australia when she was older, but things occurred and so forth. My kid won't say "I love you papa" only or "I love you mama" only. My kid will say "I love you papa" and "I love mommy too" even if the mom is not around or if I am not around. I think at this age, she should be with her mom and me, not just me. I just feel bad for my kid. How did your kid go having only a mom or a dad at such a young age? Did it have an impact on them? Are you and your wife willing to reconcile the marriage? Probably not. Well man, sorry to say, but I just read your other post when you tell that the ex is coming to live with you, and some guy say there to you, don't let your ex lives with you or else that was going to happen. Well, it did. Your daughter now is having and will have even a hard time when one of you walk out of her life. You shouldn't walk away from your daughter. How I survived. Advice. Some of you may have read my post in the past. I divorced my wife. We are in 2 different cars going the same way in life at the moment only because we have a child. The reason why I wrote this post is because my nephew broke up with his GF. They are 15. Yeah, I know. He is young. He will learn and will get over it, but that's not the point. The point is, he asked how do I go from talking to this person every day for so long then suddenly stop? I told him. It's weird. It's like death. I told him no matter what I say or anyone says, it won't make you feel any better. I told him to grieve, cry, and when he is ready, stand up and concentrate on improving himself, and one day another person will enter your life or maybe you will meet her again when you are older. Cherish your memory. That's what I did. I grieved, I cried, and I stood up and moved forward because my daughter needs me to be her father and my parents need me to be their sons and my brothers need me to be their brother and my friends need me to be their friend. Karma always comes around. My ex has got a massive dose already and she has to live with it, and I told her that I can't wait till every single person that was involved dies. I still get nightmares and still question why, but there is no why. In my case, my ex was weak mentally in one corner and in the other corner. It was a prick that took advantage of someone who was insecure. Since D-Day, I set myself goals, and that was to buy a car, find childcare for my daughter, find a place to live, get a job, and be happy. I have completed all that in less than a year, in the same year as this stupid pandemic. So when you are ready, stand up and move forward. Wish you all the best in your journey and feel free to hit me up if you need someone to talk to. Love your post, thank you. Karma always comes around. My ex has got a massive dose already and she has to live with it, and I told her that I can't wait till every single person that was involved dies. Can you elaborate on that? Hope everyone dies? I mean, it would be nice if the people involved all die as part of their karma, but that is only wishful thinking, lol. Karma will come one way or another, but that's not my focus. What happened to your ex? What is her karma? Let's just say she lost her luxury life. Luxury life that you provided for her? Guess the AP could not afford her lifestyle then. But good on you to be rid of a financial deadweight. Not really me, but her family pretty much bestow her. She had more money than the dirty old guy. Thus, it was hard to understand, but like I said, the old guy took advantage of her when she was in her lows. Too bad for her. At least you no longer have to worry about her. Live your life to the fullest, my friend. Thanks, mate. I am trying to focus on myself. Some days are tough, but it's a cycle of life. You have your ups and downs. I agree. The silver lining of not being the one that cheated is that you don't ultimately have to deal with your crap choices. Just heal from theirs. I have to be in touch with her because of our kid. She left grandpa. She does and is trying, but I declined and prefer to concentrate on myself and my kid at this stage in life. What happened to the old guy? Thoughtful face. Probably bailed as soon as she needed something more than sex. Happens often when the cheater gets kicked to the curb or heads over the fence to greener pastures and no longer has the financial security the marriage/relationship provided. Nah. She said she felt empty when my daughter and I were no longer at the house and she had time to self-reflect and know that she messed badly and left the old guy. She left him. Old man is probably taking advantage of other unsecured women. Is she still living with you? No. I read your older posts, had caught some when they happened, to refresh my memory. I hope this means that your ex is no longer dwelling in your house and that you two are truly separated this time. I know you're divorced, but when you let her into your home, you weren't separated. Yay. Not living. I can't get rid of her for good as she is still the mother of our beautiful daughter. I would never suggest that since you two share a child, but don't ever make the mistake of letting her stay with you. Definitely don't sleep with her anymore. Keep communication limited to anything involving your daughter. And live your life, hobbies, friends, and all that. Yeah, I am trying to live my life now. It's the second half of life for me, so trying to live like I want to live or be different to what I was before. Mate, for your daughter's sake, you need to let go of the bitterness towards her mother, at least in front of her. You don't need to like her, just be civil in front of your daughter. Kids are very quick to pick up on these things. I have no bitterness towards my ex. I meant her friends and stuff. I would never act like a douche in front of my daughter. Have read all of your posts. Good job in moving forward so quickly. Many take a lot longer. So what was her karma? A lot of us want to know. Now. It came sooner rather than later. Let's just say she lost more than she gained. She gained nothing and lost everything. So I take it she's out of the affair fog now and fully comprehends the devastation she caused and sees the full destruction she left in her wake. Does she also see now that those so-called old friends definitely did not have her best interests in mind but used her for their own entertainment? She's also lost face to the people most important to her in her personal and professional life now. Must mean the news got out. Phew, I read most of your posts, took me a while. Sorry you had to go through the mess she caused. You live in one country and she lives in another country and your daughter has to fly back and forth. Does the nanny go with your daughter on these flights? Is your ex still in the other country? I'm not going to ask about her boyfriend. So where does your daughter stay? Where will her permanent home be? Haven't you been talking to your ex more about her making a mess? Daughter will stay with me permanently. She left the old guy. The nanny is no longer part of our life, unfortunately. I talked to my ex about it. She has no good reason. She just say she was stupid and selfish and mess everything up. She was always mentally weak and was always badly influenced by her friends who has no ethics. Her friends have always used her. Don't be sorry. I think I became a better man because of it. Sudden death and no goodbye. My former partner's mom is practically dead in the ICU with an oxygen tube in her throat. It was only a week ago that she was admitted to the hospital because of COVID and her health deteriorated so quickly in that time span. When I left the country, I was meant to say goodbye to her but didn't manage to and the borders shut. I called her while she was in hospital last week but the nurse said she didn't have the energy to speak as she was getting help from the oxygen tank. After that she went to the ICU. I know I am not on her top of the list but I would have liked to say goodbye to her because she was nice to me. I am not even sure she had the chance to say goodbye in the end to anyone. I don't why I feel sad by this event considering I was not close to her but was merely an extended member of the family. She worked hard in her life and worked every day without holidays or taking a break for the last 40 years. I hope she found peace before her death. People think COVID is gone and over, but the reality is it's far from it. The virus is still mutating and it's trying to find ways around the vaccine. It's killing the unvaccinated better than the prior 19 version, and it's still infecting the unvaccinated. My kid is already better than me. Child 4 to 9 years. One of the things we want from our kids in general is to ensure they are better than us. I am currently raising my 4.5-year-old daughter by myself. She has done lots of things that surprised me, but the one that hit home tonight was when she told me before bedtime was to be less angry and try to be more happy. I do get frustrated easily with things in life, and I do try to keep calm around her, but she sees straight through me. She has reminded me many things about life already that I have forgotten as an adult. She doesn't have a job and she doesn't have to microwave her own pizzas, so what is there to be upset about? Have you ever met a toddler? No, never. Is that some sort of Austrian donkey? Thank you for watching this 3-part story. Please, comment, like, and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.